Welcome to the Market Mindset. We are the hub for news, results, and CEO interviews focusing the junior commodities sector. We provide market analysis and perspective that will help position you for solid returns. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can help support us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification bell. For more info, you can visit our website. All links are in the description below. Now let's get into today's video.
The white gold rush is on. If you're a bit older than me, you may associate lithium with a sedative used in psychiatric medication, and you wouldn't be wrong. However, those who've been paying attention know lithium is now a key driver in the world's race to a cleaner future. So much it's been dubbed the white gold, and the rush is on. The price of lithium is soaring up 280% since January of last year, and establishing a domestic lithium supply is being likened to the modern-day version of oil security. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the U.S. is lagging behind with only 1% of global lithium domestically mined and processed, and only one operating lithium mine, Albemarle's Silver Peak in Nevada. In response, the administration released a blueprint to jumpstart domestic lithium production and refinement along with battery manufacturing. By 2030, global demand for lithium is expected to surpass 2 million metric tons, and growth in the EV sector will account for more than 90% of this demand, according to Benchmark Mineral Intelligence. But global demand for lithium is not just driven by Tesla, NIO, or Rivian. It's part of a bigger transportation picture that includes buses, trains, and the aerospace sector. It's an essential ingredient in our personal devices, energy storage systems, ceramics and glass, lubricants, pharmaceuticals, Internet of Things, infrastructure, and 5G innovation. As countries scale up their climate change targets, clean energy technologies will become the fastest growing segment of demand for critical minerals. Though this demand will primarily be dominated by graphite, copper, and nickel, lithium will see the fastest growth rate and demand spiking by over 40 times. It's become such a critical element in our daily lives that Lithium America CEO John Evans likened lithium to the blood in our body, remarking, "It's the chemistry behind how lithium-ion batteries work. It remains the common denominator in all battery technologies, even what we're looking at now for next-generation batteries." For every 1% surge in EV market penetration, the world's need for lithium will rise by an estimated 70,000 tons per year. And let's not forget that many countries, including the UK, Sweden, and Netherlands, France, Norway, and Canada, have announced an eventual phase-out of combustion engine cars, while the Biden administration faces intense pressure from Washington to follow suit. As EV adoption ramps up, a key concern for manufacturers and countries alike is reducing cobalt content in the cathode and striving for higher energy density, prompting a shift away from cobalt-rich chemistries. This will result in modest growth in the lithium iron phosphate battery market for heavy trucks and entry-level car models. And we're already seeing an increased use of LFP batteries in China. Further gains in energy density and declining battery prices will require breakthrough technology, which is expected in the form of lithium metal anode, all solid-state batteries that will hit the market by 2030. In addition to car manufacturers, all modes of transportation, buses, planes, boats, are shifting to renewable energy, prompting a significant demand for lithium batteries because they're versatile, recyclable, and reusable. As EVs are on the path to matching combustion engine cars in terms of price and distance, it might only be a matter of time before most or all transportation is electric. The impact of lithium batteries in transportation also includes aerospace, applications from drones to satellites, and Israeli firm Aviation is working on a prototype of a completely electric aircraft that will be able to carry 9 passengers for roughly 1,000 kilometers at 3,000 meters and 440 kilometers an hour. Furthermore, Silicon Valley startup Suberg is pursuing advancements in lithium metal battery, which could be twice as dense as lithium ion, and its customers are in the aviation industry. The company was recently acquired by EV battery giant Northvolt, and if they can scale up their technology as quickly as they hope, we could see lithium metal batteries powering small planes and EVs in the next decade. Another lithium-based battery that's gaining steam is the lithium NMC due to its superior energy density, unit weight, and volume. Leveraging this technology, Polish battery supplier BMZ recently launched Magnus Plus, a next-generation energy supply and storage system dedicated to commercial applications that can reach nearly 700 kilowatt hours. It is envisioned that this system will be used to power everything from electric or hybrid buses, trucks, vans, trains, diggers, dumpsters, and road sweepers. The world is watching as the race for the most efficient lithium-powered transportation solution wages on. Along with transportation, the world's need for lithium is catapulted by the overarching clean energy storage boom to combat climate change. Energy storage is a key component of the world's energy transition journey to mitigate the intermittency of renewable energy generation and facilitate smart grid development. According to a recent International Energy Agency report in 2020, energy storage additions rose to a record high of 5 gigawatts, and overall investment increased by almost 40% to $5.5 billion. In the same year, spending on grid-scale batteries rose by more than 60%, driven by a push for renewable investment. In 2020, capacity additions in China more than doubled, and the following year, the country announced plans to install over 30 gigawatts of energy storage by 2025, representing a nearly tenfold increase in installed capacity. In the US, capacity additions from utility-scale projects more than quadrupled, and over $1 billion US was authorized to support the research and development of a range of storage technologies over a 5-year period. The White House also issued an executive order pledging to achieve carbon-free electricity sector by 2035. New policies and projects in key markets have facilitated growth in global energy storage deployment, but even faster acceleration is required to align with IEA's net zero emissions by 2050 targets, which will require nearly 600 gigawatts of battery storage capacity installed by 2030. As the power sector faces increased pressure to decarbonize, energy storage systems will be heavily leaned on to address the hour-to-hour variability of renewables like wind and solar. In China, LFP batteries are increasingly favored in grid-scale installations because they're safer, more durable, and lower cost than nickel, manganese, cobalt counterparts. They also have the capacity to maximize on-site generation by storing energy for use at different times and buffering large loads so that it can be easily and inexpensively connected, turning power sites into smart microgrids. As the world's demand for lithium heats up, will there be enough supply? In 2019, global lithium production stood at 77,000 tons, but analysts expect worldwide demand will more than double by 2024. And the World Bank predicts 5 times more lithium than is currently mined will be needed to meet global climate targets by 2050. And innovation is the key to sustainable mining in lithium. Many companies are eagerly searching for the next mother lode. And there's a couple of problems, namely that it's in short supply and lithium mining can carry a heavy environmental price tag. There's a reason why lithium is often referred to as white petroleum. In 2020, data analytics specialist Roskill produced a sustainability monitor to analyze energy consumption and CO2 emissions of the lithium supply chain, finding that on average, 9 tons of carbon dioxide is emitted for every ton of refined lithium carbonate equivalent produced. High emission intensity is also associated with transporting lithium, particularly from Australia to China, for refining, not to mention the refining process itself, in part due to China's power grid and reliance to coal. With demand for lithium set to skyrocket and ESG becoming central to companies' investment appeal, scrutiny of lithium sectors will continue to intensify. Luckily, there are solutions. For example, lithium is traditionally produced from hard rock mining, but a shift to producing lithium from brines can greatly lower the carbon footprint. Brines are underground reservoirs that contain high concentrations of dissolved salts, lithium, potassium, and sodium, and it's a more carbon-friendly option for sourcing the white gold. Alex Keys, a clean vehicle manager at Brussels-based Transport and Environment, was quoted as saying, "Given the enormous demand we're likely to see over the coming years, it's going to mean we need extraction, and recovering lithium from geothermal brines looks very promising." One of the most promising technologies being developed is direct lithium extraction, and this utilizes a proprietary absorbent design to be highly selective towards lithium ion. And where this is used specifically is in the oil and gas sectors, is re-entering wells and extracting the brine using this new technology. There's a couple of companies that are really invigorating the space with this innovative technology. Many people are also looking towards recycling technology to take the pressure off, minimizing our dependence on cobalt, introducing battery collections and recycling schemes, and exploring uses for secondhand batteries, which can lower impact and minimize waste. Continuous innovation is making this possible, like what's coming out of clean tech firm Acceleron, who realized battery waste would become a serious problem as demand for energy storage continued to rise. The company's mission is to enable the battery industry to extract more value before batteries reach material recovery stage. This led to the discovery that most lithium-ion cells were assembled using permanent assembly methods, and the company developed their own assembly technology that allows batteries to be easily disassembled for repair, reuse, and recycling. As more and more innovation comes to life, extracting additional value before the recycling phase will become the new reality. So every single year that goes by, from now until we end up in a closed-loop system, the recycled material content will get higher and higher. Another key issue is the lack of domestic lithium supply in the US. Last year, Australia produced more than half of the world's lithium, followed by Chile and China. Also in the US, there's Lithium America's open-pit Thacker Pass, 200 miles north of Reno, which is getting a lot of attention, but won't begin production for at least a couple of years and won't ramp up for a while after. It has been stalled by lawsuits and permitting delays, as well as opposition from environmentalists and local communities. If the project proceeds, it's expected to produce about 60,000 tons of lithium a year, 12% of global demand. The search is underway for more lithium, and the Nevada Division of Minerals has 17,928 inferred lithium placer claims listings as of January. California is another state with impressive lithium producing potential. East of San Diego, the Salton Sea is also known as Lithium Valley, and Berkshire Hathaway has 10 geothermal plants in the area in their subsidiary named Cal Energy. They're looking for ways to extract lithium from underground brines and have predicted they could potentially produce 90,000 metric tons. Once again, using this DLE technology, this direct lithium extraction technology. The development of sustainable techniques to extract lithium from brines is currently led by Controlled Thermal Resources, a company that operated geothermal power plants in the region for decades. They're working to combine lithium extraction with their geothermal production and will leverage geothermal power plants to power the extraction process. Let's hope these projects come to fruition and allow the US to join the ranks in major lithium producing countries. On that note, I've recapped the world's 5 largest mining companies in operation today.